So welcome back, guys, to another video, and this video right here is inspired by Johnny Millennium, the Happy Console Gamer. I was watching his YouTube channel and he was talking about a strange NES memory of his, and it kind of made me remember a memory of mine, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's kind of like a video response, even though YouTube no longer does that, which is a huge shame. But when I was a kid, I didn't have a whole lot of money for video games, you know, other than what I got for Christmas, what I got for my birthday, maybe a good report card, allowance. I mostly relied on renting video games, and every once in a while you would get those friends that you could trade or maybe borrow a video game from them. And this is where the story kind of takes place, because I was, you know, in 4th grade, and I had a friend named Matthew. And Matthew was that kid that all of us knew. Matthew was the kid that had everything. And I'm not over-exaggerating when I say this kid had every system that came out. This kid had a Super Nintendo. He had a Sega Genesis. He had a Jaguar. He even had a Sega Nomad. It was insane how many systems this kid had for his age. And I would always hang out with him because not only did he have a whole lot of video games, but he was also a really nice kid. He was really modest. You would think a kid with this much stuff would be kind of a prick, but he wasn't. He was very, very nice. So nice that one day I had a epiphany. I had an idea that we were playing outside, and I walked up to him and I'm like, "Hey, Matthew, you have a lot of video games." He's like, yeah, you know, and I asked him, I'm like, "Matthew, you know, if you have any games you don't want anymore, can I have them?" And I never would have believed that he would say, yes, of course. I got some video games I don't play anymore. I don't mind giving them to you. All right. I feel like I established some charity here. I was really, really happy about it. And I thought that he would just come back to school the next day with a game, and I would play that game, and that would be it. This kid started coming to school with like 4 or 5 games at a time in a grocery bag, and this went on for a month. I'm talking like the games you see behind me, I've been collecting for years, but I had almost as many games that I have behind me in a matter of weeks, like a month. I had all these games. I had so many games, I had them in shoe boxes, and my mom started seeing all these games, so of course she started questioning how I was getting all these video games. And of course I told her, "Oh, Matthew's giving me these games," and it kind of bothered her a little bit, you know, because it's kind of shady. She was like, "All right, okay." Well, needless to say, I had all these games, and I started playing them, and then I got really sick. I was out of school for like a week and a half, and of course I didn't mind. I felt like shit, but I had all these games to play. I mean, it was one of the best times I had in gaming, until my teacher called. My teacher called my mom, and apparently Matt's mom found out that Matthew was pretty much giving these games away to me, and she wasn't too happy about that, which I understand. I definitely understand that. So I had to give all these games back to Matthew, and it was kind of a little bit more trouble than it's worth, because then we had to decipher which games were mine, which games were his. It was a huge headache, and I really felt bad for Matthew, because Matthew knew that he had messed up, and he thought that not only did he have to give all these games back, but, you know, he thought I wasn't going to be his friend anymore, which, honestly, that wasn't truth. I stayed friends with him. You know, I knew that this was too good to be true. I knew this was a gravy train, and it was making its pit stop. So I stayed friends with Matthew, and we were friends until he moved away. We lost touch, and I still wonder, you know, when I'm looking at my collection, I wonder what his collection looks like. If he's still buying video games, what does he have? You know, that's what I wonder, because the kid was a huge gamer, and he was a very nice guy. And what can I say? Because of Matthew, I found out about a lot of games that normally I would have never played. You know, that's the first time I played Metroid on the NES, and man, it's so crazy how many games I was introduced to from that experience, even though it had a sour note to it. But that is a memory, a very strange gaming memory of mine that I wanted to share with you guys. And I'm going to have a link on the description below of Johnny Millennium's video so you can watch his memory. It's quite interesting, and you guys can check that out. And what I want you guys to do is leave a comment below Tell me a weird, strange gaming memory of yours. Maybe it was a trade gone wrong. Maybe it was some sort of theft. Maybe, you know, GameStop put the wrong disc in a case. You know, it's a lot of crazy stuff that's happened over the years in people's gaming experience. I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave a comment below. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, happy gaming.